finding strength in the memory of her father, Keela entered the magical gate revealed when she destroyed the Pillar of Corruption. She found herself stepping onto a bridge on the other side of the portal, somewhere on an island far away from any place she knew. Before her stood a mighty golem. It spoke. "I am Zog, Princess Keela of Argos. You have proven a formidable opponent, but all is for naught, foolish child. The gods themselves dare not challenge me, so who are you to think you could do better? I am Zog." Round one. Ready. Fight. Finale. Magnus entered the portal and found himself in another place, far atop an island standing on a stone bridge. He saw a stone golem, a huge man made of stone. The golem turned its head to Magnus and spoke. "You have done well, Magnus, to come so far to find me. It is a shame that your arrogance has led you to think you could stop me. The gods fear me, Magnus. Why don't you tremble before me? Do you know who I am? I am Zog." Round one. Ready. Fight. Magnus killed me, and I finally rested in peace. The world you came from was my most prized possession, if one truly possesses the world they live in. But I poisoned it with my dream to completely own it. Yes, Magnus, I drove spikes deep into the core so that I could be one with the world and feed on its core. But I realized I'd pierced Barbarian's heart and was drinking its very lifeblood. To remove my pillars from it would leave gaping holes that would cause the land to die, and so I fed upon it slowly. I tried to eat as little as possible to sustain my life so that I could maintain the pillar's stability. So much power did I drain, however, that the world began to decay, and Naraka saw the mortal wound I'd inflicted. The underworld rejoiced, for their world of hell and darkness came to infect the dying world. Entropy was their gift to the world through my pillar. I opened the way for this tragedy. I saw only one hope, and that was for my life to be ended, for then my magic would dissolve safely, as it always had been for spellcasters. I needed the prophecy to come true. I saw you, Magnus, and I knew your conceit would hinder your desire to adventure and stop me. So, I ripped Bloodsong from you in that fated battle against the King of Argos. I sent it over the deck and into the ocean where it would be lost. You were caught between life and death as I planned. You would live as long as I needed to fulfill your role as the prophesied hero. And yet, you would hate life and want to regain your Bloodsong and seek revenge. I knew what motivated you, Magnus, and I used it. I used you. Of course, it was all necessary. I'm sorry I took from you the worldly delights of the flesh and trapped you in the realm of the undead. But within that world, you are Lord and Master. I gave you that power to command the mindless living dead. They cannot help but serve your will. It is your time now, Magnus, to take up arms and raise the legions of darkness to wage war against the living, as it was meant to be. With my death, the world continues, and the balance will maintain. There must be evil, just as there must be good. You, Magnus, are evil's commander. May your endless quest for revenge and domination give you pleasure. Free at last. Jin's head ached. Her arms felt as if he'd been beaten with a mallet for days. Her eyes were puffy, her feet were swollen. Her skin was cold, so very cold. Jin had been summoned. She was yanked from her blazing netherworld home within Naraka, the hell of Barbarian. She stood before a wizard who introduced himself as Korath. He prepared for battle, for he intended to control Jin, not just request that she act. They fought. Round one. Ready. Fight. You win. Round two. Ready. Fight. You win. Jin hissed as she put her would-be mortal master in his place, telling him that she would not obey his commands. As a demon of Naraka, she must fulfill his wishes to the best of her ability, but also as a demon of Naraka, if he could not best her in combat, Then she was free to do whatever else she desired until her mission was done. Jin grinned, for she was clever. She could be quite slow at fulfilling the wizard's task, knowing she'd beat him in the summons combat. Master's orders. Jin received her orders from Korath and set about to fulfill them. She was to slay Dagon of the clan Dolok, a man who might be the hero of prophecy that lived in the lost fortress of Skurlock. She found him, kneeling in prayer before the tombstone of his recently buried wife. Jin could not help herself, and projected the image of his wife burning in the hellfires of Naraka. Dagon's eyes were wide, and he exclaimed, "No! It cannot be!" Jin peered over the tombstone down at Dagon and said, "Yes, it can be." She attacked. Round one. Ready. Fight. Round two. Ready. Fight. Claws raked Dagon's face as she twisted his neck, and right before it cracked, she said, "Do not go gently into that good night." The crack of splintering bone was heard, and Dagon fell lifeless to the ground as Jin released him. She thought Korath would be pleased. Relaying commands. Ordered to direct Fade to assassinate Princess Keela, Jin found her within her home, deep within the spider's lair. Fade refused to believe Korath sent a demon to give her orders, but Fade told her she would obey or die, and they fought. Round one. Ready. Fight. You win. Fade was defeated, and Jin held a blade to her throat. Jin asked if she would take and execute the orders, or would she prefer to simply die. Fade agreed to kill Keela, asking forgiveness for her arrogant refusal to listen to the demon. Drafting allies. Although Jin saw no need to employ Stitch, the undead, Korath told her to do so. She approached Stitch in his den within the underground sewers. He was afraid and asked too many questions for Jin's patience. She told him she'd heard enough prattle and assaulted him. Round one. Ready. Fight. Round two. Ready. Fight. You win. Stitch was beaten, Jin holding him at death's door with a blackened blade at his throat. She asked if he intended to help her master, the wizard Korath. Stitch nodded desperately and said that given Jin's persuasive argument, he would love to serve Korath. As Jin turned to leave, she ripped a stitch from his sewn-together chest and said he had better not disappoint her. Hunted. Keela kneeled in the forgotten ruins, examining the soil and footprints. She was hunting someone or something. Her nose flared. She commanded the demon show herself. Jin emerged from hiding and asked if her sulfuric perfume was too strong. She feigned being bashful and told Keela she forgot to bathe today. Princess Keela told Jin her humor was wasted, for she would this day be sent back to Naraka whence she came. Round one. Ready. Fight. collapsed. Her hair and flesh burned badly from Jin's infernal fire. She tried to crawl, but her broken leg refused. She struggled as she called to her father for help, but she was not heard. Jin smiled, as she liked to do at pathetic mortal life, and taunted her like a 5-year-old that Daddy wasn't going to help her anymore. But not to worry, she would see him soon.